Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and the end times are coming. Correct me if I'm wrong, this is the very first base game that is available on Steam that is priced at $80. I'm sure that there's some, weird game out there that's priced a little bit more, or whatever the case may be, but in terms of a new game from a major publisher, major development studio, Outer Worlds 2 is $79.99. Vomit-inducing to see, and you know what? I've talked about the price points of video games quite a lot, and the issue is, I think $80 people will pay for certain video games. I think Grand Theft Auto 6, people would pay $80 for that. I think there are a few games every now and again that people are going to pay $80 for. Outer Worlds 2 is at that level of a game that people are going to pay $80 for. I don't think that's the case. Now, at the end of the day, this game is going to be available on Xbox Game Pass, so it is what it is as far as that's concerned, but obviously, you don't want the game to tank as far as its sales outside of Game Pass, and you want to sell it on PlayStation 5. Maybe it creates, and I've said this before, it creates that perception of, oh my god, Game Pass has so much value. If you can establish an $80 price point, if you can establish that your games are going to be priced at $80 and even create that illusion that they're worth $80, then suddenly it creates a elevated value for Game Pass as well. I can understand that line of thinking, but at the same time, if you're going to be releasing the game on PlayStation 5 and you're going to be releasing the game on Steam, who's gonna pay $80 for this? I get it, a lot of people have disposable income, and there's always gonna be some people that will spend that kind of price point, and in a vacuum, I don't really care about Outer Worlds 2 being priced at $80. You know what? Go knock yourself out. Price it at $80. People aren't, this game is going to tank at $80. I truly do believe that. I think it's going to tank as far as its sales outside of Game Pass. What I worry about is other publishers jumping on board with this $80 price tag and other games being priced at $80, games that aren't gonna be available on Game Pass. You know, it's one thing with these Game Pass releases, bro, you could just go buy the game on Game Pass, but look at a game like Sonic Racing Crossworlds. That game is $70, $90 Digital Deluxe Edition. Outer Worlds 2, $80, $100 Premium Edition, and look, I thought Outer Worlds 1 was a decent game. Did I think it was this blow-away game that if you were to tell me what is going to be the first game to establish $80 games from Xbox, Outer Worlds being that game is not what I would have picked. Gears of War Ide, okay, that's a game that I could understand it being $80 in the sense of I can understand it selling fairly well at $80 even with that high price point. Outer Worlds 2, you guys, I get that there's this cool little thing to be oh my god, Obsidian, their output is so crazy. They put out so many games. Bro, Grounded 2, nobody cares about Grounded. Avowed bombed. And now you have Outer Worlds 2, yo, it's great. Obsidian puts out some pretty decent games. Avowed I thought was a decent game, but their games have been fairly mid, and I don't care about Grounded. I don't know if any of you guys care about Grounded 2, but Outer Worlds 2, it looks like a fine game. It looks totally serviceable. When you get to that $80 price threshold, I'm sorry, just being serviceable is not enough. You are asking for such a premium price. And beyond that, a $100 premium edition as well. This is insanity as far as this game in particular being the one to lead the charge for $80 games from Xbox. Now, again, you can look at it from the standpoint of Game Pass is, you could just sign up for Game Pass. And look at how Doom the Dark Ages did. We want to talk about Doom the Dark Ages potentially doing lackluster sales. Outer Worlds 2 is going to be cooked from its standalone sales, but maybe Microsoft just doesn't care about that, and the idea is, hey, our priority is still Game Pass. We need to elevate the value of Game Pass, and I do think there's something to creating this illusion of, oh my god, these games are $80 on PlayStation 5, they're $80 on Steam, but on Xbox PC, which they're trying to promote as well, just sign up to Game Pass, and it's available right on there. I'm just not a subscription-based guy, you guys. These days, I don't play a lot of games on subscription services. I'd rather buy the games I like, and ultimately, if a game is priced accordingly, even if it's available on a subscription service, people will buy it. Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, Expedition 33. Outer Worlds 2, I cannot see this game peaking at like over 50,000 players on Steam. Let's pull up Outer Worlds 1, and I don't recall if Outer Worlds 1 was like an Epic Game Store exclusive or something like that. Let's pull up Outer Worlds 1. It might have been an Epic Game Store exclusive for a little bit. It was an Epic Game Store exclusive. That game peaked at 20,000 concurrent players. So, you know, will Outer Worlds 2 beat that? I don't know. I would have to imagine it will. But yeah, that came out back in 2020 and peaked at 20,000 concurrent players. Avowed, for example, peaked at like 18,000 concurrent players. And again, it's like Outer Worlds 2 I don't really care much about, but let's shift to a game like Ninja Gaiden 4. Ninja Gaiden 4 is coming out October 21st, and man, that October month for Game Pass is going to be insanity, especially if Black Ops 7 comes out in October, which, by the way, positioning Call of Duty as your big announcement at the end. Who is in charge of this at Microsoft? What are you guys doing? The people that are watching the Xbox Game Showcase does not care about Black Ops 7, or they don't care about it to that extent, especially because Black Ops 7 is pretty much Modern Warfare 3, where they're just churning out a Call of Duty game for the sake of churning it out, and it's a direct follow-up to the previous year's Call of Duty game. Like, my god, how out of touch are these publishers? Yes, Black Ops 7 will sell well, but there's a time and a place for everything. Why would you put effing COD as, and first of all, they totally baited people with the initial trailer being like, oh, what is this? This looks kind of interesting, and then it's just effing COD. It's like, bro, what are we doing here? Black Ops 7 as your closing game. That is such a clown show move. Total clown show move from Microsoft. If anything, you know, put something like Clockwork Revolution, even if that game's eons and eons away. It's like, does positioning Black Ops there do anything for that game? No! It just is like, okay, we're a total clown show operation at that point, in my opinion. And Black Ops 7 is probably going to be $80 as well. Outer Worlds 2 is $80. And it's just kind of insane to me that this is the first game leading the charge as far as that price point is concerned. And I don't know the longevity and viability of the $80 price point. Look, $70 was already a tough pill to stomach, but now we're going to $80, and I feel like 70 to 80 happened so quickly that now we're going to $80. How long until it's $90, $100? And when you look at the alternatives that are available, Expedition 33 just came out at $50. Mafia's coming out at $50. There's so many game sales, game deals that ultimately, do I think a lot of people are going to buy this game? No, I think people with a lot of disposable income and people that really like the first one will ultimately pick this game up, but the alternatives are just there, and maybe at the end of the day, you could be like, yo, who cares? It's going to come out at $80. Nobody's going to buy it. People will play it on Game Pass, and then when it goes on sale, more and more people will buy it, and I get that line of thinking, but again, when one game normalizes the $80 price point, other games are going to follow. A Ninja Gaiden 4 being $80 would be vomit-inducing because that's a game I would like to have in my library. I don't want to play it through Game Pass. I would like to have it in my library, but $80 for Ninja Gaiden 4? Like, brothers, what are we doing at that point? But let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, interested to hear what you guys think, and thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.